Hello and good evening, my little ones. How are you all doing today? Welcome to yet another storytelling session by Mindseed Preschool and Daycare. My name is Shelly and I'm going to be your host for this evening. So, I hope you've had a great week and you are looking forward to a wonderful week now. Well, what did you do on your Sunday today? I'm going to tell you what I did on my Sunday. But I hope all of you have had a good afternoon nap and you've all had your little milk glass or maybe a cup of juice or anything that is healthy. It's very important to stay healthy these days. So, let me tell you what happened today in the morning. When I woke up today, and it's a Sunday morning, so I woke up at easy, tamaram se. And when I woke up, it was a beautiful morning today. So I thought of just going out and watering some of my plants. So when I was watering my plants, I could hear some birds who were talking to each other. And they were just talking quite a lot. So while watering my plants, I thought of going a little closer and listening to what they were saying. And when I went closer and closer, I could see that there were two sparrows who were talking. One was a mama sparrow and one was a baby sparrow. And the baby sparrow had a little backpack on and seems like the baby was going somewhere. So the mama sparrow was saying something. So I went a little closer to see. And it looked like that the sparrow was going to school. So I stepped back to think. I was like, Sunday ko kaun school jata hai? Who goes to school on a Sunday? And so I thought to myself, what would they be doing on a Sunday? But then I got to know when I was listening to the mama sparrow and the baby sparrow talk that today on a Sunday they have these wonderful extra classes in school where the sparrow goes, where all her animals and bird friends come together and then they do some fun activities together like craft and art and so many other things, like they sing together. And while they were talking, I was listening to what Mama Sparrow was telling the baby sparrow. So let's find out what were they saying, okay? So there was Mama Sparrow who was talking to our little baby sparrow. And the Mama Sparrow was telling the baby sparrow, my dear little one, you must be careful when you go to school. And when you go to school, make sure you are kind to all your friends. You are very polite to everybody. You should share your things with each other. And the baby sparrow was just finding this very annoying. She was like, oh mama, it's an everyday story. Every day I go to school and every day you make me listen to all these same things over and over again. It's so funny. I think I know all of these things by heart. So stop telling me, mama. So the mama sparrow said that whatever it is, be careful of one thing. You should stay away from Mr. Snake's son. The snake, that friend of yours who you think is your friend, is not your friend. You should stay away because the snakes are different. And these snakes eat all of us. They eat our eggs and they eat us birds. So you should stay away from them. So when she heard this, our little sparrow was a little taken aback and she thought, why would mama say something like this? I wish she did not say something like this. And she went out and on her way to school. But when she was going to school, she was just thinking to herself, why would mama say something like this? The snake is such a good friend to me. Why are we different? What is so different about the snake? I don't know. So she was thinking, and that's how she went to the school. And on the other hand, what happened was, so while Mama Sparrow and our baby sparrow was having this conversation, on the other hand, the snake, the little snake who also is our baby sparrow's classmate, is having a chat with his father snake. So the father snake was saying, here my little one, here's your tiffin and this tiffin has some lovely bird eggs. Go and enjoy your school and have fun today. And just when he saw the full tiffin filled with eggs, the snake was like, ew, ugh, I don't like all these eggs. They are so dirty. I mean, they are not something that I like to eat. And I mean, they're bird eggs. Birds are my friends. The little sparrow is my friend. How can I eat their eggs? So the papa snake got a little angry, and the papa snake said, look, my son, you don't know. You are too small. We have been eating these eggs for years and years, and all our family members have been eating them for years. So you better stay away from this sparrow and just make sure that you finish your tiffin and you come back home safely and carefully. Okay? Now off you go to school. And listening to that, our little snake friend was also a little worried. What do we do? So he was also confused and sad when he heard whatever he heard from Papa Snake. So he also went to school quietly. He wasn't really happy about his Sunday school, but otherwise he's generally very excited. So when both the sparrow and the snake met in the school, they both looked very worried. Oh, snake. Oh, sparrow, I want to tell you something. Oh, snake, I also want to tell you something. So when they both looked at each other and they looked so worried, I think they had an idea of what was going on. So they quickly went and met each other, and generally they had this habit of coming and giving each other a tight hug as they met. But then this time, they both just looked at each other and they blinked. And they didn't know what to say. It was so awkward. It was so strange. And then they sat down and they said to each other, they told them what happened at home. So they both were very confused and they were all both surprised. Oh, your papa also said the same thing my mama said. I guess. I don't know why they feel that we are different and we should not be friends. So what happened was that our little friend, the sparrow, she was like very determined. She said, no, you are my friend and I will prove it to our parents that we are not different and we are the same. We are friends and we can be friends. So she took a piece of paper, she took her crayons, and then she quickly drew two circles and she made something like this. So she says that, look, I am going to make this, and now on the yellow side of the circle, it's going to be all about what I am different, how we are different, how I am different from you. And then on this side, it will be how you are different from me, snake. And then wherever we are same, I'm going to put it right over here in the green space. So the sparrow decided to sit down and she started drawing. And then she sat down. When she was drawing things, she was asking the snake different questions. And the first question she asked was, so let's find out how different we are. Oh, yes, let's find out what happened. What is so different about both of us? So let's start with the way we look. How do we look? The snake just looked at the sparrow and he said, we really do look very, very different. I am like this long, slithery rope, and you are like this puffy, soft ball of powder. You're like cloud. You're so soft. And look at me. I am so rough like a rope. And I am so long. Oh. So this little guy, the snake, was a little worried. And he did not have a very happy expression on his face. But our little sparrow, she was determined. She was like, okay, we are different in one way, so no problem. I know I look like a little cloud and I am soft and I'm like a little powdery ball of fur, but and you look like this rough, like, you know, rope. So we're different in one way. So fine, that's okay. And then, so then she thought, she scratched her head and she was like, so let's think of something more. And she said, let's look at the way we move. And then, just when the snake heard that question, he had an even sadder face. Oh. And that's when she realized that, oh, we actually move in very different ways as well. So the snake said, look, you fly up in the air, soup, and I go slithering all zigzag on the ground from one end to another. So we are very different there also. He says, you fly like a plane, and I go like a train. That's how we are different again. And to that, both of them became sad once again. There are so many differences. They are actually very different. So they were now thinking. They again scratched both their heads and they were wondering what to do. So again, finally, without losing more hope, our little snake came up with this idea and he was like, let's think about the things we eat. And this time, our sparrow was very, very unhappy because she realized that they actually eat very, very different things. Because our sparrow, she eats little seeds or some grass, while this fellow eats rats and little frogs. So again, they're very, very different. And with that, they sat down on the bench and they were so upset about how different they are. And maybe, what if their parents are correct? So they didn't know what to do. They had this very sad face and they were sitting down in school, not attending their fun classes because they didn't know what to do now. So just then, the headmistress, Miss Hippo, she was passing by and she saw these little kids and she's like, hello kids, what happened? Why are you sitting like this? Why are you feeling so sad? What has happened? Did anyone say anything to both of you? Oh, Miss Hippo, good morning, ma'am. But we are very sad because our parents said that we can't be friends with each other. Oh, is that so? What makes them say that? Ma'am, we were just thinking how we were different because our parents say that we are very different and we should never be friends with each other. So, I don't agree, and neither does Snake, but I don't know what to do because we are so very different. Look, I look different. He moves in a different way. He also looks different. And we both eat very different things. There is nothing which is same. So what do we do? And when our headmistress Hippo was listening to all of this, she just couldn't stop laughing at the innocence of these little two kids who were there and who were wondering how different they are. And she started laughing. Oh my God. And just then, the snake felt very funny. He was like wondering, what is so funny? Why are you laughing, Headmistress Hippo? This is so sad for us. We don't know what to do and we want to be friends with each other. So the headmistress said, okay, don't worry. Let me ask you some questions. Maybe the questions you're asking, the things you are thinking about are probably not the right way to go about it. Maybe let me ask you some questions and see. Let's see if we have something similar between both of y'all. Okay? So these two agreed and they said, okay. So Miss Headmistress Hippo is asking the snake. So snake, tell me, what do you like doing the best? What do you enjoy doing the best? So the snake, he thought, and he had such twinkle in his eyes, And he said, "Oh, I love playing and I love chatting with the sparrow, and she's my best friend. So I love doing that with her." And so then the headmistress hippo, she asked our little sparrow, and the sparrow said, "Oh, same. I also love chatting and talking and playing with the snake. It's so much fun. We play ball, we play with some toys, we play with each other. I fly around and then I hide, and then it's so much fun." So she was like, "Yeah, there you go. We have one thing similar. That's the same thing between both of you. Both of you like to do this together." Okay, so then she asks, "What is it that makes both of you very happy? What happens when you are so excited and happy in life? What makes you happy? Come on, tell me, both of you." So our little friend, the sparrow, says, "Oh, ma'am, I feel very happy when I get to sit next to the snake in class. When teacher allows both of us to sit next to each other, I really like it." So that's what the snake also had to say. He's like, "I feel the same. I also feel very happy when teacher allows us to sit next to each other. And that's the best part, because we can then work, study together and share so many ideas. So, wow." Suddenly, their sad faces became a little happy. But they had three things which were different and only two things similar. So, majority is still losing right now? Looks like it. Let's find out. So then the hippo asks them, "So let's see. What happens? And what is that one thing that makes both of you very sad?" We found out what is the one thing that you love to do together. What is the one thing that what is that one thing that makes you happy? And now tell me, what is the one thing that makes you sad? Why don't both of you tell me one by one? So to that, our little snake popped up and he says, "You know, today when my father told me not to be friends with the sparrow, it made me very, very upset. I was so sad when I came to school, and I immediately tried to talk to Sparrow to find a way how can we not do this." And the sparrow also, she almost had a little tear in her eyes and she was like, "That also happened with me. When my mama said not to talk to you, I felt so sad and I was so unhappy." So there, Headmistress Hippo says, "There you go. Again, you have the same thing in common. And isn't that amazing? Now you have three things similar and you have three things which are different. So you don't have to worry, because you were not thinking right all this while. You were only thinking about different things. But you were not thinking about things that both of you like to do together. Both of you have things in common. So why not think about such things instead? And what does that make you? That makes you a very, very good friend. A friend, a very good friend, is one who you feel very happy with when you're together, and one without whom you feel very, very sad. Somebody you like to play with, somebody you like to be with, and no matter how they are, even if they are very different, you still really love them. Don't you think so? Don't you also think so? And when these two heard that, they were so happy. They had more things in common. They had more same things. And they came and they finally gave each other a very tight hug. And they were so happy that we are always going to be the best of friends. We will never be different, even if we look different, even if we eat different things, even if we move the different ways. But we are always going to be the best of friends. So with that, the two friends, the snake and the sparrow, felt really happy that finally they had a drawing which was complete, where they had more things similar and less things which were different, like they thought that she just looked like a cloud, but he looked like a rope. She moved like a plane, he moved like a train. She ate some grains, and he ate some frogs and rats. But if you really go to see this clearly, they also have things which are in common. If you see this whole green portion, where you find out they love to play with each other, they love to sit together in class, they both feel sad when they don't get to be with each other, and of course, they love each other as friends despite being very, very different. So there you go. And with that, our headmistress Hippo, she was very happy that her two little students were smiling again. And they were playing together and enjoying their Sunday school, because Sunday school was all about lots of fun. So while leaving, headmistress Hippo says, today you are all going to go and enjoy yourselves, but tomorrow make sure that your mummy and your papa, they come to school and they meet me first thing in the morning. And then headmistress Hippo goes back to the office, and with that we find out that these two, our little friends, the sparrow and the snake, were very, very happy and enjoying themselves on a Sunday all together. So with that, we come to an end of our story. I hope you like these two little characters that we have, and I'm sure they've also enjoyed telling you their story, right? Yes, Sparrow? Yes, it was so much fun. I hope you liked our story. It was enjoyable to talk to you about it, what we did in school, and now we're going to play. So, see you. Bye. And there they go for enjoying their games. So, this is a wonderful way to tell our little ones, parents, that there are things which are different and there are things which are same. And I'm sure, my little babies, you also understand that when mummy and papa tell you something, there could be a reason behind it. Okay, so it's very important that you listen to them. But yes, you can always try to reason out. You can always make your drawings to find out what is same and what is different. Why do they say something and why should we listen to them? So it's important to ask questions, and more importantly, to ask the right questions. Okay, so the story, which was called Same, Different, is over. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. There are many activities that you can do with our little ones, my dear parents, that you can ask them to sort out different colors. You can sort out different toys based on their sizes. You can also sort them out based on things that you like and you don't like. So this is a wonderful mathematical example that our little babies will be able to do. It's called the Venn diagram, something that children learn at a much older age. But if you can explain things that are different come on different sides, and things which are same can be kept in the middle, it'll be a wonderful activity. And guess what? You never know, our children might just be able to surprise you by actually doing this activity, when you might feel that maybe it's a little too difficult right now. Maybe it's not. So why don't you all try this activity out and you let me know how did it go? Okay? Until then, we'll see you next weekend. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.